Okay, Saturday they had a primary in South Carolina, and Joe Biden the winner. And everybody's saying, well, now it looks like he's going to get ready to be the opponent of Trump. And just for the record, I don't think there's any way in hell that that man can beat Donald Trump. I don't think he could beat me in a debate, let alone Donald Trump and his big voice. And the Trumpster really wants to go up against this guy, so that should tell you something. Bernie Sanders isn't the one. Buttigieg, or whatever his name is, isn't the one. Warren and Klobuchar look like the ones. Klobuchar is a brilliant woman, a great debater, could wipe the floor with Trump. Whether that's enough to get her elected, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I think the Democrats are actually truly hoping that this virus situation will help get rid of Trump, because Trump is stupid and can't handle it. Which is, whether or not his people really care or not. Depends on his people, his constituency, his supporters, whatever you want to call them, actually come down with the virus. I wrote a nice blog about this thing. I mean, the numbers just don't add up right to making this the crisis that it is and having the effect that it does. It just doesn't make any sense. But you have to read that, because I'm not going to go over it here. That's at FloundersGreatAdventure.com, all one word, all small letters. Check it out. Getting back to this election situation, I'm not an expert, far from it. I voted in a lot of elections. There was a period of time of, I guess, somewhere around the neighborhood, almost 18 years where I didn't vote because I was so disgusted with the fact that you didn't get a clear choice. You either had to vote more or less for the lesser of two evils, and it's still that way. And that's one of the reasons I'm not in favor of the two-party system anymore. I think it allows too much influence to be spread around. I think it narrows your ability to pick somebody. I think it takes away your ability to think about the situation. You have, well, if you think about it, you have three possibilities: Republican, Democrat, or I don't give a shit. And unfortunately, a lot of people are taking that I don't give a shit attitude to the polls, and they're not voting either way, or they're voting for some write-in candidate. I admit to it. One year I voted for I voted for a write-in candidate, Alfred E. Newman. Another I voted myself in. But that's, you see, I voted. The only reason I was at the polls is because there were some local issues I was really concerned about, and I wanted to make sure I got my vote in on that. The national election didn't faze me one way or the other. And this year is a little bit different. I don't live in the United States, so I'm not faced with local issues. I'm faced with the grand issue of an incompetent president. Not so much the bully and the asshole and this, that, and the racist and all this other things that people call him, but just an incompetent man that's laughed at by the rest of the world. Now, you go to the whatever, and you look up the polls and everything, you see he's not being laughed at by the rest of the world. Leaders aren't laughing at him. I don't really care what the leaders say. I'm talking about the people that live in the country. I mean, I have friends that live in other countries, as well as the friends that I have in Colombia, where I'm living right now, and they laugh. They just laugh. It's not a nice laugh. It's not, well, he's silly. No, it's a really derogatory laugh. They don't like this guy. They think he's stupid. They don't understand how America voted for him, and that's the worst part. They don't understand how we voted for them. That's the part that has the ability to hurt us the most, because they don't understand that, which makes us less respectable. It makes the country less respectable. I can't take anything into the country because, like I said, I don't live there anymore. And it wasn't it was economics that forced me out, my ability to retire, and the fact that I had very little family left in the country, and they're very successful, and they don't need me hanging out. So here I ended up down here. But that's another story for another day. election is going to be a joke as it stands right now. The things that Trump can say about these people that his supporters will jump up and down about. I mean, the South Carolina election was where the black people didn't. They say it's the black people that didn't like Bernie Sanders. Well, I don't think black people understand socialism, and I don't. And that, that's another story because he claims to be a socialist. In Vermont, he says he's an independent, but he votes for the Democrats because he can't get on the ticket and win if he goes in and says he's an independent. The only candidate I ever saw that could have run as an independent and won was a man called Bill Bradley, a Democrat, a former senator that gave up politics because of his illness of his wife, and some other things. There's some things in his background I don't think he really wanted to come out. Would have hurt him more than in just politics. But there's to get a truly honest man up there. I mean, you had Obama there, and he did these things, and everybody's yelling at him. But you have to remember that for a long time, people argued about the health administration. Clinton put his wife in charge of it. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing was done because he said partisan politics. I don't understand all of that. Why they should be upset about it. It just appears that the rich people don't want the average American to have any rights. And that goes back a long, long time. A lot of the Constitution concerning the election and whatnot was put in there because the people writing it didn't believe that the average American could pick a responsible leader. So that they went to the electoral college, and some other things that prevent people from the run-of-the-mill person from getting into office. I mean, what do you think would happen if I was elected president tomorrow? I have a somewhat limited education. I didn't graduate college. Did go to college. At my age, I forget things occasionally. As you can tell from watching these videos, I wander around a lot in my conversations. So, how would I do as a president of the United States? Well, I think I could do about as well as Trump is doing. I think what I would do is I would find people that knew what they were talking about, and put them in office, and instead of having people that just wanted to say yes to me. That's the corporate mentality. Everybody says you want a businessman, No, you don't. That's what will happen with Mike Bloomberg. If he gets in there, he will put people in office that say yes to him. That's what executives do. They do not want a lot of people standing. Will they listen to criticism? Yes. But they do not want a lot of people standing around that are not on the same wavelength as they are, that think the same way they do, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Nobody does. I do know that I'll be back during the week. I'm getting a new microphone, and hopefully if there's any problems with this sound, it will be better with the new microphone. Otherwise, I'm out some money, and I'll just punch my computer screen or something. I have so much I want to say, and it's so difficult for me because my mind does wander around. It's like when I write something, I think faster than I can write, so my writing looks like garbage. Nobody can read it, and they say, "Well, you have horrible penmanship." No, I don't. If I take my time and write a word out, it's gorgeous, Catholic school penmanship. But for some reason, my brain and my hands just don't work at the same speed. Right now, my brain and my mouth aren't working at the same speed. So, anyhow, listen, have a great rest of the day, and look for me during the week, and we'll talk some more. Bye.